Hello there, hoping you can join in for the free workshop. Here, gentle yoga. I'm Georgina, just waiting for a few more minutes. Let's see, we're at 5:56, so it starts at 6 o'clock. So I'm just gonna sit and wait here and see how many people join in. I do have a bit of an unstable Wi-Fi connection right now. I'm in Victoria, so it shouldn't be the case, but I guess we're having those challenges everywhere in British Columbia, Canada. Please put a thumbs up if you've joined. You can also put in the comments where you're from, and that would be amazing to see whereabouts everyone is coming from for this free yoga workshop. We're going to begin shortly with the backcare yoga. If you're already watching, you can go ahead and grab a little massage ball. We're going to do some foot rolling with the massage ball. You can also use a tennis ball or just any kind of, I've even used those little dryer balls, which are nice and soft. I have a yoga block, which we will need. I also have a chair behind me, a nice stable chair, a blanket, just something that's nice and cozy. And this is called a bender ball, but you can also, they're also called slo-mo balls or Pilates balls. You can find these online. This one, especially bender ball, you can find online, just Googling bender ball. There's also many other ones you can purchase at your local stores, Walmart, of course on Amazon. And those are the props we're going to be using for today. So thank you for joining. My name is Georgina. I am a therapeutic yoga teacher, and my passion is to provide yoga that is gentle and mindful in a way that is healing for the body, so your physical body, as well as your mental well-being. I sent out a video yesterday just explaining why my passion is yoga. I have worked through many ups and downs, diagnosed with ongoing depression. And instead of struggling with it, I decided to live with this diagnosis. So to get started, we're going to take a nice tall seat. So if you're not able to sit on the ground, please take your chair, sit on your chair, ground your feet down into the floor, and just find a comfortable spot. We like to start with a little bit of a meditation. And to do that, we want to sit or on your mat. We're going to, whether you're sitting in a chair or on the floor, notice if you can ground down into this earth. And notice if you can lengthen the spine. And instead of drawing those shoulders all the way back, just let them soften down. And from here, I like to imagine I can lift through the tips of the ears and the crown of the head reaches for the sky. Beautiful blue sky. Your hands can be on top of your thighs, palms down. And begin to lengthen the inhales and the exhales. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. And notice if you can have your way of breathing be subtle and soft. And you can also feel the breathing calming the nervous system. So with our Facebook Live, we've been cutting in and out. Now I'm recording on our Zoom call as well. I'm going to read to you a meditation to the heart. And this is a beautiful book by Melody Beattie. This meditation is called Serve Gently from Your Heart. Service, gentle service that comes from the heart. That's the theme, the rhythm of life, work, love. See the trees, the grass, the flowers, the mountains, the ocean. Look and really see. See how effortlessly the mountains, the ocean, look and really see. See how effortlessly they serve. Their very life is service. Know your life too is service. Let service arise naturally from your life. Commit to your growth, to loving yourself and following your heart. Commit to your joy, passion, gratitude for your life and all your lessons. Commit to honestly sharing and expressing who you are, what you feel, and what you are going through. Don't worry about what you will do to serve. Focus instead on loving yourself. We're going to try this again. I have got kicked out of the service for the free back care yoga program. So let's try that again. Sorry about that, you guys. It's just technical difficulties and there's not much I can do about it. We have terrible Wi-Fi here in Canada. So again, my name is Georgina. If you're just coming in, we're starting in a tall seat. We're going to start with a meditation. So closing the eyes, whether you're sitting on the mat or in a chair, you can sit nice and tall, ground down through the sit bones. If you've got your feet on the floor, ground down into the floor. And let's take a moment to just take a nice breath in, inhaling, exhaling. And again, deep inhale. Long, relaxed exhale. And just sit for a moment I'm just going to read to you from Melody B. And this is a daily meditation. So let's start with a nice tall seat, nice, beautiful, long inhales and long relaxed exhales. And this one is called Listen to the Voice of the Soul. Close your eyes and gently breathe here. Listen to your soul. It speaks quietly, yet clearly about what it wants, what it needs, and what it is learning, what it yearns for. It speaks of its fears and dreams, its hopes and needs. Learn to listen to the souls of others too. Listen not only to the way people chatter and exchange ideas, learn to listen to what they're really saying. My son is 19. He's moved away from home. He talks all the time about wanting to be grown up, wanting his independence. So my husband and I have really tried to give him his freedom, one woman said. Yet recently, when he had a crisis, I heard for the first time what he was really saying. Don't go too far away. Call me often. Be there for me. Let me know you are there. Let me know you still care. Now I try to call him every day just to tell him I love him and to let him know I'm close by. The crisis he had wasn't the issue, not really. What he really was saying is he needed us. Go beyond what you hear with your ears. Learn to hear what you're really saying and what others are really saying to you. Souls do talk. Listen quietly. Listen to your own. Learn to hear the voice of others. A little soul talk goes a long way. So let's begin our yoga together. We're actually going to begin sitting in a chair and rolling our feet on a ball. So if you don't have a ball, you can always come back to this video at another time. So I'm going to move my pillows and everything out of the way. Come a little bit closer so you can see me. And I'm going to take the ball under the right foot and I'm going to roll it backwards and forwards. So I'm going to ground down through the left foot. This is opening up the fascia. So the fascia is that beautiful web of that goes all over our tendons and our muscles, our organs. And that becomes stuck. So we want to get this nice and flexible in the body. And by starting with the feet, we're starting with the roots of our practice. So we roll it back and forth. You'll be amazed on how much this will help the body, help activate the feet. And then I'm going to take it underneath the heel and press down into the heel. I'm going to inhale up, pressing my hands down into the femur bone. Exhale, press down into the heel. Inhale up, root down through this left leg. 2 more. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. Good, let's do a little bit more rolling. You can press as hard as you need to into that ball. You can also use a tennis ball or a little pink ball that you can find at your local dollar store. And you can also get these little massage balls in a smaller size. I'm going to remove that foot and take it over to the other side. So rooting down again through that right foot. And I'm going to scoot my bum towards the front of the chair. So rolling backwards and forwards again, rooting down through this leg. You can also use a rolling pin. A rolling pin works really good. So if you didn't hear that when we cut out, you can also use a rolling pin. So if you need to run and grab a rolling pin, you can roll your foot on that as well. So we're just rolling backwards and forwards, working into the deep fascia. So this is wonderful for anyone that's dealing with flat feet, fallen arches, fascia plantitis. And again, I'm going to press down through this right foot. So I want to look down, press down through that big toe mound. So you're looking right here at the big toe. And you're going to want to press down through that area. I'm going to press down into the heel. Good. Inhale up. Exhale, hands on the top of the thighs, the femur bones, pressing down. Inhale up. Exhale, press down. Inhale up. So you may be thinking, what do your feet have to do with your back? They have a lot to do with your back. We want to keep our feet nice and healthy. And by down through the feet, you're going to feel we're going to be able to lengthen and strengthen these muscles in the thighs. And again, you're going to feel that this is going to help release any kind of pain or issues you're feeling in the lower back. So pressing down through the feet, let's not roll the shoulders back, but just see if you can sit a little bit taller and pretend you're lifting through the tips of the ears. And the crown of the head is reaching for the sky. So imagine you're going to be lifting through the heart. So anyone that's had any kind of back surgery, you may have heard them say that it's really not good to bend forward or twist. But if you think about it in life, we're always bending forward, we're always turning to pick things up. But we want to do these things in a nice and mindful way. So let's lift the arms up. And you can bend the arms here. And then inhale the arms together. Good. Exhale, open. And inhale back together. And then lower the hands down. Take a moment here to try this again. Good. Inhale the arms out in front of you this time. Rooting down through the feet. Press through the feet. And then all the way up. So if you have shoulder issues, you're going to stay in these goalie post arms or cactus arms. Good. If your arms are up, the palms are facing each other. Bring the palms down together to your heart center. Good. Inhale, open wide. And exhale, bring the palms together. And one more time. Inhale, open arms wide. And exhale, the arms come back together. Or your block. So I'm going to take a block because that's normally more accessible to anyone, or you can use a book, as long as it's a nice couple of wide books. And this is going to stabilize my hips. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to inhale, and I'm going to squeeze the block with the thighs, and exhale, release. Good. Inhale, squeeze the block. Exhale, release. Good. One more time. Inhaling, squeeze the block. Exhale, release. Good. From here, let's take a moment to do a few cat-cows. So in cat-cows, this is a nice movement of the spine. So spinal flexion. We're going to keep the hands on top of the knees here. Keep the block or the books or whatever you have engaged in the thighs. We're going to inhale, lift through the heart, gaze comes up. Don't crank the neck up too high. There go my glasses. And then as you exhale, you're going to round, draw the belly button in, And let the chin come towards the chest. So if I turn sideways, you're gonna see this better. I'm going to root down through the feet. Inhale, gaze up. I'm opening up through the collarbones. Exhale, rounding, drawing the chin towards the heart, engaging the abdominals. I'm keeping a nice rooting through the feet. Inhale, open wide. Exhale, rounding the back. Good. Inhale, rounding. Exhale. Good. We're just taking a moment here for seated cat-cows. We inhale, arch the back, gaze up, and exhale, round. So you can be as subtle or as active as you want here. So you can see here, I can just lift the heart, look up, exhale, and round the back slightly and bring the chin towards the heart. Or I can be very exaggerated, where I'm inhaling, open wide, looking right up towards the sky, and then exhale, rounding, drawing that chin towards me. So you have a very good ability to do what works for you here in your body. Good. So let's take another moment here. You're going to take a hold of the chair on the sides, plant the feet. So I'm holding on to the chair here, and I'm going to lean forward and come back up. Good. Lean forward and come back up. Take the hands to the side of the seat here. Press down through the feet. Make sure you can see the toes. So you'll see my legs are at a nice 90-degree angle here. Nice big inhale, lifting through the heart. Exhale, lean forward. Inhale up. Good. Exhale, lean forward. Nice lengthening of the spine. 2 more. And exhale. Good. So what are we going to do from here? Many times people feel like their balance is not so great. So I'm going to put my chair right up against the wall here. The leaning forward is helping me to move forward into standing. So we're going to do some standing up and coming back to sit down. So it's chair pose, but basically using a chair. So we're going to inhale, lean forward, bring the arms up and stand up to standing. So come into a nice Tadasana. So we're going to root down through the feet. Take a look at the feet. So if I turn towards you, I want a nice distance between the feet, about hip width apart, not the widest of my hips. And then we're going to soften the knees. We're going to draw the belly button in, roll the shoulders a few times. And then bring the hands nice and wide, the fingers, drop the shoulders, lift through the crown of the head. And if you can, close the eyes. If you need to hold on to the chair, you can hold on to the chair. And take a moment here to notice what it feels like to stand in one spot. So we're nice and stable here. You're going to feel a lift through the arch of the feet. If you want to feel more stability, take that block again and draw it in between the thighs. This will ground you down to the earth. So take a moment again, nice, strong Tadasana, mountain pose, soften knees. Lift through the tips of the ears, crown of the head reaches for the sky. Feel a lengthening. I've been working with this on my mom with her back. She had back surgery in March. And my brother said, wow, she looks like she's grown 4 inches. So I'm going to turn back towards the chair. I'm going to keep the block here. And I'm going to come down to my chair. So I'm going to reach forward like I did before when I was coming out of the chair and bring my sit bones back down to the chair. Good, let's try that again. Leaning forward, you can keep the block in between the legs, or you can use the ball, the Pilates ball. We're gonna lean forward, arms come forward, and inhale up. Good. So you notice how I can like lock my knees back? And watch what happens to my back. It arches, right? So I want to soften the knees. I want to look down at those feet, and I'm going to pick the toes up, place them down one at a time, see if I can bring some width into the toes. And I want to press down into that big toe mound again. Good. Take a moment to come into that beautiful mountain pose. We have so many beautiful mountains around us in our British Columbia, in Canada, where I am. I know some of you are from Nebraska, so thank you for coming and watching the seminar. And we can bring the arms up again, and we can bring the hands together in an open wide. Hands together and open wide. Drop the hands down, lean forward, come back into that sitting position. You can bring your hands down to the chair if you need more support to come down to seated. Nice work. We're gonna come into some gentle twists. So this is super gentle for you guys today. This is something that I have been learning throughout my therapeutic yoga training. And this is a program that I'm working on with my mom from help of my instructors at the yoga college I go to. So you're gonna take your hands, bring them to the hip crease, draw the belly button in. And when you draw this left hand forward, you're gonna gently turn towards the side where you're not lengthening the arm. So right now I'm like lengthening out my left arm. I want to automatically turn my head, but I want to turn my head with my heart. So I find if I place my hand on my heart, I can do that gentle twist without twisting my head too far. So the head wants to stay with the sternum or the yogi heart. Good, come back to center. Take that hand down. Bring the left hand to the heart. This hand comes up to the hip flexor. I'm gonna draw that hand away from me and gently twist. So I'm gonna remind myself, keep the chin in line with the heart and come back. So remembering today, we wanna work at a 50% level. And sometimes in these twists, especially if you've been told not to do a very deep twist, you wanna work at a 20% level. So remember, it's no pain, no pain. We don't go to the no pain, no gain area. We want to feel no pain. I can't stress that enough. If you feel any sharp pains, any kind of electric pain, you're going too far. Let's try this again. So this time I'm going to bring the left hand to my heart. This hand comes up to the hip crease. You're gonna inhale, slide that hand out, and gently do a twist. So it's very subtle, it's not very much, it's just very subtle. You know, with me in my yoga practice, I can come to a full twist. And if you're in this place that you can do this, perfect, go to that. But this is about back care. This is about dealing with people who are, or for yourselves, who are dealing with a lot of back pain. Want to be super gentle. Good, one more time, the other side. This time, right hand comes up to my yogi heart. The left hand comes to my hip crease and draw the abdominals in. I'm going to inhale, slide that hand and come to that twist. Good. And now to the other side. Left hand comes to the heart. Right hand into the hip crease. Slide, inhale. And exhale on the twist. Good, inhale, slide that hand back. One more time. Starting in center, hand is at the hip crease. Good, inhale, slide the hand forward. Twist, gentle twist, and exhale back. Nice work. Let's remove the block, take it down to the side beside you here. Root down through the feet. Just take a moment here to check in with the body. So notice how you're feeling. Notice if there's any kind of tenderness. Maybe you feel warm. I know I feel warm. It's a very warm day here. 3 breaths here. Another breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Good, one more time, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Good, let's lean forward. Coming back into that leaning forward, holding onto the back of the chair. Bring the hands forward, come up to standing. Nice work. We're gonna come into some downward dogs on the chair. You can flip the chair so you have the higher end towards you. And I've got mine against the wall. I'm gonna walk the feet back. The hands come down onto the chair. And I'm going to walk my feet out and let my head hang heavy here, soften through the knees, and come into a nice stretch here. So traditionally, if you're coming into floor dog, you're gonna walk the hands out and come into a downward facing dog on the floor. But sometimes the floor is too far away. So the chair is a great option for that. So again, fingertips on the chair. You're going to walk the sit bones back. I'm sorry if you can't quite see me. And then just let the hands rest here. And take 3 breaths in your chair dog. Nice work. See if you can keep that nice subtleness in the knees. The feet are nicely aligned. And then come up slowly. Walk towards the chair. Good. And just take a moment to come into that Tadasana. Can't stress it enough. Root down through the feet. Notice if the feet are in line with the heels. So sometimes we make the heels like inwards, or maybe they come out. Just notice if you can, to your best ability, keeping the heels and the toes in line. Roll the shoulders back. Good, we're gonna take the right hand down the side and come into a nice side bend. If you wish, you can bring this left hand behind the head, press the head into hand. Come back. Good, nice big inhale. Exhale, lengthen. Don't sink into the hip. You're gonna lengthen that left elbow up towards the sky. And come back down. Good, let's come to the other side. Take the left palm down to the left thigh and slide it down. So what I mean by lengthening is you're not crunching over. Yeah, bring the hand behind the head, press the head into the hand into the head. You're gonna feel that arm engage. And exhale down into that nice side bend. Inhale up. Good, exhale, lower over to the side. And inhale up. See if you can keep those knees nice and soft. I tend to want to lock my knees. Come all the way up. Good, bring the hands into Anjali Mudra at your heart center. Close the eyes. Root down through the feet. Take a moment here to check in. How does it feel just to do this movement with the spine? So our goal here is to move the spine in all directions. So we've done some side bends, we've done some twists, seated twists, and we've done the forward fold, and we've done the cat-cows, which is the spinal flexion. We're gonna come back down onto the chair. I'm just gonna check my time here. Okay. And turn that chair back around. We're gonna come into some leg lifts. So sitting again at the edge of the chair, hands can come onto the thighs. You can even use the ball here if you have one. These are amazing. The nice thing about these little balls is you can deflate them and bring them to wherever you're going. You can use them to lean into. So if you're feeling like you need support behind the spine, this feels really great behind the spine. Also helps me feel like I've got a little bit of support. If you don't have that, you can definitely use a pillow. From here, I'm gonna inhale, and as I exhale, I'm gonna lift the right foot. So you'll notice I'm not lifting it too far. I'm keeping it below the hip. I'm gonna point the toe and then flex the heel. Point the toe, flex the heel, bring it back, and ground down both feet. So one thing I didn't mention when we were doing this, when I lift the leg, I want to ground down through the leg, the foot that's still on the floor. And I'm going to point the toes, flex the heel, point the toe, and flex the heel. Bring it back and take a moment to rest. Nice big inhale. Long, relaxed exhale, lifting through the heart. This is very subtle. Many of us have slouch asana where we sit like this. I want to just take the hand to the heart and lift through the heart. Feel how much lengthening of the spine you can feel. So we're going to come back into the leg lifts again. This time we're going to inhale that right leg up. We're going to do a few circles with the ankles one way. And keep breathing through this. Nice big inhales and exhales. And then point the toe, flex the heel, point the toe. You're going to feel this in the thigh. And point the heel and come back to center. Good. Take a moment just to give them a little bit of a tap. Coming into the left side, root down through the foot that's resting on the ground. Inhale that leg up. Exhale, point the toe. Inhale, flex the heel. Good, keep breathing here. Inhaling and exhaling. Do those circles, ankle circles one way. So maybe clockwise and then counterclockwise. And even if it only moves a little bit, that's great. You're gonna notice a big difference in just doing this really simple practice every day. Bring that foot back down. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale through the nose. Pour them out. Inhale. Exhale through the mouth. One more time. Inhaling. And exhaling through the mouth. Good. So noticing the ball behind me here, especially if you have any kind of crankiness in the thoracic spine like I do between the shoulder blades, this feels really good for rolling. You can do this on the floor as well. You can also do it seated in a chair. So right now I'm just rolling side to side. I can do just bouncing backwards and forwards. I can try and make like little moon shapes. And you can do them on the floor, which I will show you. And if you can't come down to the floor, please just watch. And you can even do this in your bed. So what I will do is I'm just gonna move my chair out of the way. I'm going to come down to the floor. I'm gonna turn away from you so you can see. And I'm gonna take this right between the shoulder blades. And honestly, you can take a little bit of air out of this, or you can take a blanket and place it underneath the head. So you're gonna see a beautiful, nice heart opener here. You can then take a moment to choose whether you wanna lengthen up the legs You can come into butterfly or Supta Baddha Konasana. Here, if you wish, you can take blocks underneath the knees to support. I'm going to take the ball there. And this is a beautiful heart opener. This allows a nice way of getting rid of that slouch asana. This is a yin pose and also a hatha pose. Another way to work with this is to rock back and forth. So you'll notice this is not under the arch of the back. It's right where your brow line is. I can roll from side to side. And then I can roll to the side and take it out of the back. Another option here is to take this ball and place it underneath the sacrum. So right underneath where the tailbone is. And again, this is beautiful for releasing the lower back. I'm going to rock from side to side. I can rock forwards and backwards, doing some pelvic tilts. I can also make happy faces. So I'm literally doing a happy face from one hip to the other. And this gets into those little areas, and it's also helping release fascia. If you have a super cranky back, you just deflate the ball. Good, I'm gonna come back to center here. I'm gonna root down through those feet. I'm gonna take a moment here to relax. I'm gonna take 3 breaths. So inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. One more time, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Good, I'm gonna roll to one side to come off of the ball and then come up to seated. Perfect. Take a moment, whether you're seated or if you're in your chair, you can definitely come into that chair and sit for a moment. If you're on the floor, you can bring yourself onto a pillow and just take a moment to check in. Notice how it feels here to breathe. Notice what the body is telling you. And take a moment to think, is there anything else that you would like to know about this workshop? So what I would suggest for you to do is to put a comment, and I can answer each of those comments after we finish this workshop together. We're going to do a few more poses before we come into Shavasana. So I'm going to show you on the ground, and then I will also show you in the chair. These are forward folds. So I'm going to lengthen out my feet, and you'll notice I'm sitting on a pillow, and this helps lift the pelvis so I'm able to come forward. So I'm going to come into a nice static forward fold, not deep. So if you have any SI issues, you don't want to come into deep forward folds. You can bring more comfort by bringing that blanket rolled up under the knees. You're gonna draw the toes towards you. I'm gonna take my hands on top of the femur bones, and I'm gonna take a nice big inhale. As I exhale, I'm gonna slide my hands forward. Maybe that's as far as I go. I can bring the hands down to the floor, and my chin comes towards the heart. So the idea here is we want to feel the hamstrings lengthening. We don't want to feel pulling in the tendons in the lower back. So if you're feeling it more in the lower back, you've gone too far. And maybe just sitting up straight, you're feeling it in the hamstrings. Many of us have very tight hamstrings. And keeping those toes drawn towards you. Good, so just slowly walking the hands forward. Chin comes towards the heart. 3 breaths in that forward fold. I'm going to come up onto the chair, show you how we do it in the chair. Similar idea. You're going to come to the edge of the chair, lengthen the feet out in front of you, draw the toes towards you, and then just slightly lean forward. Little micro bend here. So again, you don't have to go far. And then inhale up. If you're seated, you can inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. If you feel like this is too hard on the heels, then just bring the feet down. Yeah. And lean forward. Inhale up. So we're going to feel this in the hamstrings. Another great way to come into a forward fold is just simply having the feet come a bit wider. And then you can lean forward and come into a forward fold, and then come all the way up. Good. All the way down, and all the way up. One more stretch today. In seated on the chair, we can bring the right leg up to the top of the left knee. This is a beautiful stretch, and we're getting into the hip here. It's a nice way to stretch out the hip. It's also a beautiful way to feel balance in both sit bones. Just active, so you don't want to have it cranking up the ankle. You see how this is dropping down? I want to keep this foot active here. Good. Take a moment to breathe here for 3 breaths. In through the nose, out through the nose. In through the nose, out through the nose. Good. And open the eyes. So if you're seated, you're just simply coming on top of the left knee. Perfect. Good. Let's undo that tangle. Good. Root down through both feet. Root down through the right foot. You're going to lift this left knee up, turn it to the side. And again, we don't want to crank that ankle. So we want to keep this foot nice and active. So this hip is a little bit more cranky than my right hip. It's not as happy and not as flexible. So I'm going to really focus on rooting down through this bottom foot. I'm going to sit up nice and tall. And just sitting here, I already feel this sensation into that outer glute, into the inner hip. So the way we keep our joints and our skeleton healthy is by movement. And this gentle, mindful movement, it lubricates the joints. So it's a beautiful way to keep yourself healthy, especially the spine. Good, if you want, you can lean forward a little bit. You can feel that deeper into the hip socket, keeping this foot nice and active, rooting down through that right foot. Inhale out. You're seated on the floor, you're lengthening that right foot out, and this left foot is coming on top of the right knee. And all the way up. Good, let's take that foot back down to the earth. Stretch them out. Give them a little tap. And take a moment here just to settle in. Feel the breath. Draw the belly button in towards the spine. Good, we're going to inhale the arms up. Exhale to your heart center. Press the palms away. Good. Bring the hands all the way up and exhale, open wide. Good. One more time. Inhale all the way up. Arms come up. Exhale to your heart center. Inhale, palms away. Exhale, open those arms wide. Bring them down to the side. Good. Let's take a moment now to set ourselves up just for a final little twist. And this is a little bit different, a little bit deeper. So if this is too deep for you, then just stay with the first one I taught you. We're going to turn to the side. So I'm going to turn to the side of the chair here. My arm is resting on the chair. I'm going to take this right hand and take it to my left knee. And I can use the chair to gently bring me into a deeper twist. I'm going to take 3 breaths here. I'm going to root down so you notice my toes are up. I'm going to root down through that right foot. One more breath. Exhale, come back to center. Good. One more time, the other side. Let's turn this towards you. I'm going to come to the side. I'm going to root down. So if your feet don't quite meet, you can always bring that block. So I wanted to go up on my toes. I'm going to bring a block so I can root down through that foot better. I've got my elbow resting on top of the chair. I'm going to take this hand to the side of the left knee. And I'm looking forward and I'm slowly going to draw myself to look towards you. I'm using my elbow on the chair as a little bit of support here. So I can even grab that just to help me come into a deeper twist. So again, being mindful of your body. If this is too deep, you can just go as far as you need to. So maybe that's just bringing the arm here and gently looking towards the corner of the chair. And gently just taking a little bit at a time. Good, and come back. Then take a moment here to set up now for our Shavasana. So this will be a seated Shavasana today, whether you're on your mat or not. If you're laying on your mat, definitely lay down and go into your beautiful Shavasana. If you're seated, take a blanket. I like to take a blanket and put it on the floor, maybe even covering my feet. And I'm going to sit back into the chair. So maybe even taking my props to help me out here. So a nice way to do this is to take the ball or the pillow behind the back. I like to have my arms supported. So that way my shoulder, and taking a moment to really set up for Shavasana in the chair. So I don't want to have to really work at it. I want to be able to sit and just feel like I don't have to do anything. So I've got my elbows supported, got my feet covered. I'm going to close my eyes in the seated Shavasana. And I come back to my natural breath. And in this beginning part of Shavasana, I really want you to bring in a mantra. And this mantra is Om Shanti Hum, which means I am peace. So if you wish to say it in Sanskrit, it is Om Shanti Hum, or you can simply say I am peace. Nice deep inhale. Exhale through the mouth and soften. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, soften. Good. So just staying here, allowing the body to soften, allow the breath to come back to your natural breath. Om Shanti Hum. I am peace. Silently saying this mantra to yourself 5 more times. So staying here, I'm going to release my pillow, but you stay in your Shavasana, staying nice and relaxed. And I will bring you out of Shavasana with a poem. So just staying here with your breath. This is from Miss Michelle Schroeder, a poem. Your eyes remain closed, gently breathing in and out. This poem is called Not Enough. We are bombarded in life by the thought that we don't have enough, that we ourselves are not enough. This leads us to grasping for more, feelings of emptiness within. When we change our perspective on life from not enough to seeing how much we already have, our emptiness becomes fulfillment. We notice the abundance of love, wealth, and comfort already surrounding us. Our heart expands. We align with the ebb and flow of life. Grasping and dissatisfaction slowly dissipates. Gratitude fills us beyond measure. Your eyes remaining closed. Begin to make some small movements of wiggling the fingers and the toes. Maybe bringing one ear to one shoulder and then the other ear to the other shoulder. Drawing the chin towards the heart. And then back up again. Slowly coming out of the spaciousness of Shavasana. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more time. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Bring your hands to your heart in Anjali Mudra. Your heart center. And take this moment to say one thing silently to yourself that you are grateful for. So gratitude is another way that we can help release any kind of pain, whether it's physical or mental. And it's an I am statement. I am grateful for. I am grateful for each of you showing up and watching this live workshop, which has been a little bit nerve-wracking for me. I'm also grateful that I'm brave enough to try it. I'm grateful for you being here. We'll end this practice with one single Om, the universal sound. You can join me or simply listen, inhaling. Om. Bring your hands up to your forehead, the third eye, the Ajna chakra. The divine light in me sees, honors, and cherishes the divine light in each and every one of you. With much gratitude from my yogi heart to each of your gentle hearts. Namaste. So namaste to each of you. Thank you for joining me this evening for this workshop, Yoga for Back Care. As you know, it was mostly done in the chair, and that's great. It's a wonderful practice. You still get huge benefits out of doing this yoga practice in a chair. I would like you to check out my website. It's georginakailoyoga.com. I have put this on there. You'll find it under online workshops. So you can come back and do this practice anytime you want. You'll also find some free meditations and other links to some videos, which are on my YouTube channel, also Georgina Kailo Yoga. So thank you. Please leave comments below. Please let me know what you felt that you got out of today. Also add a comment of if you would like to see another workshop, and if you would like to have more of these online on Facebook. I thought I would try this instead of Zoom. So have a good evening. I'm going to stick around and watch for your comments. Ask me any questions you wish. And I really do hope you have a wonderful evening. From my heart to each of your hearts, thank you so much, and have a wonderful evening with loved ones. Namaste. Bye.